Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and also good evening, depending on whichever time of the day that you are going to come across this video. I'd like to welcome you onto my channel, guys. Okay, this is a paste. You won't be able to see it. I got it from TikTok, where you mix milk, turmeric, and toothpaste and sugar for the lips. I want to try something and see what will it work now. So yes, this is not food, and yeah, it's a paste I applied. Or they say it makes my lips a bit pink or a bit black or dark. So guys, this is a very disturbing video that I'm about to talk about, or incident that just took place. Please check this out.
Sanbonani guys, pardon me, I can't show my full face because my eyes are swollen. Anglelanga, I'm not okay. So thank you to everyone that reached out to me and asked for the full story of what happened to my sister's baby. So I posted a story yesterday talking about we wanted answers of what happened to my sister's child. My sister took her baby to Crèche yesterday. The child was fine in the morning when she dropped her off. The child was healthy when she dropped her off, only for her to get a call around 3:30 that she needs to hurry because the child has stopped breathing. Then my sister then quickly called me because I'm the nearest to where the crèche is located. I then rushed to the crèche. When I got there, paramedics were there, and we got the famous line, we tried all we could. The child was normal. We asked, we were there from 3 and only left around around 9 o'clock, and we still didn't have answers. If anything, the teachers, there were some trauma guys that were supposed to cancel us, apparently. But unfortunately, the very same trauma people that were supposed to cancel us, one of them went as far as saying, because we were asking for footages of what happened, footage, because there are cameras everywhere, crèche. They shared footage, but there was information missing kule footage by Cheryl. There were times that were missing kule footage by Cheryl. When we asked for it, one of the trauma guys said to the teacher, get away from these people, not from this unnecessary drama. These were people that were supposed to cancel us because my sister just lost umntana on her 4 months a crèche. The child had milk coming out of impumulo nomlomo. My sister's child had milk coming out of impumulo nomlomo. Khona la kula mafootage nyana basikhombise wona, you can see the teacher taking ibhodlela elomntwana and placing it ekhothini enomntwana on 4 months. Uthi lo mntana azenzeleni azibambelele ibhodlela asiphuzele lona, while she then because bekhona abanye abantwana bethu bekabagadile, wanaka lowo umlungu womntana kasisi wami wavele wafaka ibhodlela alocal adjuster. Guys, please ngicela ngisize icreche yakhona happy owl in a happy I see that guys my mind right now. I'll put the name on the description when I post this video. The crèche is based in Boksburg. Icreche yabelungu. Guys, ngicela isizeni. We want answers. Abakasinika ama-answers. Masithi siyabheka kuma-footage. This incident, because we could see when they started panicking and trying to revive the baby, it was about 2:30, but they only called my sister ngo 3:30. Ngale hour yonke benenzani. What were you guys doing in that hour? What were you guys doing in that hour? One of them could have just taken the child up Motweni and quickly rushed to hospital. My question is, and then you forget about lo like cotton, unaga lo mgugile ngoba yena umlungu. Guys, please, we want answers. We want justice for my sister's child. Igama lakhe uMuso, justice for Muso. Please, guys. Ngiyacela.
Yes, guys. As you all have just seen that videos, very sad. I don't want to lie to you. Someone might come and say, why bengabantu abamnyama bebhizi besupport izinto zabelungu, they're going for white people things. Truth be told, we all have this notion and we all believe ukuthi, if anything, if there's a white person involved, that thing is proper. You understand? It is proper, it is legal, it is safe, it is right. You understand? Because the same thing that happened, unfortunately, to La in this situation also does happen in my crèche, or where the teachers or the people who are looking after the kids at these daycares. The name of the daycare, by the way, it's Happy Owl Daycare. It's in Boksburg. These people, it also happens naguma crèche abantu abamnyama. You understand? But with other things, by virtue of kogunye, you find out when you're staying in town or in a suburb, you end up in the nearest crèche there is, as she even mentioned, Uguti, she's the one who's closest to the crèche. You also try by all means to make sure Uguti ingane is those as possible to at least someone who is a family member, if not you. I do not have kids. I'm just saying it. You understand? So this is because even in black people's my crèche ran by black people, it con. The sad thing about when things happen kuma crèche abantu abamnyama is that there's no footage. Most of the time, I've never heard of a crèche that has a footage, but with this one, I'm glad the footage or my cameras are all over the place. What are cameras for? Eskolweni. For such incidents. They're for such incidents. Should something has happened before, or something might have happened before, because why would they put a camera? Or they are aware that certain things do happen kuma daycare, or teachers do certain things to kids or treat kids a certain way. Now, with her having to say Guti, some of the footage is missing. Now that those cameras are no longer properly doing, and I'm definitely sure the cameras did their job. It's just that now whoever edited or removed the footage is trying to hide what happened. And this is a crime, if I'm not mistaken. I'll say allegedly. I mean, how I see it, the crèche is supposed to be closed down. Not only that, everyone who's involved needs to go behind bars. Lento le, what do they call this? This is called I did search this. A homicide. Wait. It's called negligent homicide. Per section. Let me see this number. I couldn't see it properly. And then we're going to check what does the homicide, because a homicide is divided into few groups or categories. This is a homicide by rash and negligent act, not a culpable, to a section 304A. We're going to check what does that all mean now. But first, I'd like us to just go through everything that this lady said in her video. That on its own, for me, it's a crime. It is definitely a crime. Why, if nothing happened, if y'all did not do anything wrong, why is the footage missing? What are we hiding here? Because if timestamps that are missing, or footage that is missing, then content of how? Let's go through this. So the lady was told over the phone, Guti, she said that she was told over the phone that Harry, the child, has stopped breathing. My question is, Njani? Because I believe they were just supposed to say, Guti, can you please hurry to the crèche or school? There's an emergency. Then when they get there, then they tell them the full story. If they can't tell the story, they play the footage. The original footage, not the edited one, with certain clips that were deleted or removed. The child has stopped breathing. How? Of which that's exactly what this lady wants to know, and her family. How did that happen? Because if you say the child has just stopped breathing, it's like I was sitting here, just sitting here. Next thing I stopped breathing. For me, that's what it means, Guti. The child has suddenly stopped breathing. Out of the blue, the child stopped breathing. But unfortunately, in this case, no. Because this lady spoke about Guti, milk was coming out of the baby's nose. Nose or mouth, if I'm not mistaken. So what is that? Instead of saying the child was has stopped breathing, why didn't you even just say ukuthi ingane ishonile because of ibisi, ibincela ibisi? Then senachaza ukuthi ibincela ibisi kanjani? A negligent homicide. Let's check here. And then they say that, she says that when they got there, they tried everything that they could. This is the problem, guys. In my factory, in my plants, as an operator, you know this. As a millwright or an engineer, you know this. If this is not within your scope of authority, you hand it over to the person who can handle this. If you do try to do something in the name of you are helping and you mosh, you will be charged. Kuma factory, it's like that. Same thing applies here. Because this lady spoke about Intiogote. This took place about 2:30. but her sister was called on 3:30. Kanjani? Benenzani vele kule hour leni? Benzama ukuresuscitate umntwana because the lady just said ukuthi there was a point where on that footage the lady was panicking. Kanjani, why didn't you take the child vele to the hospital? And so my next guy's name. Another thing that we must also bear in mind, guys, ukuthi nothing is as sad as umuntu ofuna umsebenzi. Broke, poor, AF. Afuna umsebenzi umuntu bese kuthi once the person gets the job, they do such things. Negligence. They don't care. And if they care, like in this incident, it shows that she was carrying a white baby. And the dark-skinned baby was in the court. Do I believe Guti unfortunately race play has to come in place now, manj? Because if there was a white baby and a white baby, I feel like, how do you take care of kids? How do you even become a teacher ingane encane but ube negligent kanje? Akanandaba lo mama. I think this is also another thing that we also need to bear in mind as ama black parents, and not only just black parents, everyone. But with this particular video, as black parents, we need to bear in mind ukuthi as much as we want the best for our kids, we want to take our kids to all these fancy schools, we want to take our kids to places where we believe ukuthi they'll be well taken care of, we also need to bear in mind ukuthi race. We need to bear in mind of that. And another thing, I also believe manj with this kuti, each and every daycare should have footage in order for it to fully operate properly or to be allowed to operate. Ogunye futhi, they should, all the teachers should be able to know how to do a first aid kit. They should. Because gogunye you find out ukuthi kulandwe i-beach le ibihlupheka, yathatha efaka nje emsebenzini who doesn't know shit about kids, but just because you were trying to help her, good, at least now you have a job. My facilitator once said there's a difference between a person owezwa ukuthi kuya-applywa nomuntu owayela khona wayo-apply. Do you understand? There's a difference, lab. You understand? There's a khona umehluko. Umuntu oye ngoba edinga umsebenzi nje, uzombona ngani? How will you see the person? No Jontsh. Kanandaba, ubona umsebenzi wakho untidy nje. The only thing that they are waiting for is a paycheck. There's no love, there's no extra mile, there's no effort. Emsebenzi no leyo umuntu. However, a person who loves their job, you can see umuntu dedicated, umuntu nothando, umuntu who is on time, umuntu who, regardless of anything, black, white, whatever color of the baby, uzoyinakekela ingane specifically with this whole situation. That's a person who loves their job. And those are people who are so, especially, yes, the rate of unemployment in this country is very high. It is. But certain jobs require people with passion for the job, who love working with people or kids. You understand? To avoid such things, to avoid you picking one baby over the other, to avoid all the nonsense. You know? Where's the rest of the footage? I feel like that's a crime. What were you doing kulelo hour? As she even said, they were supposed to be rushing the baby to the hospital. Why didn't they do that? Again, going back to ukuthi wenze into ongatrainwanga kuyona, trying to resuscitate a baby that you know nothing, you do not even know how to do that nje, ukuvusa umntwana noma ukusiza umntwana okhishwayo, or who drowning a beast or whatever. Because the Scatanists were still, this baby could have still been alive. It could. You know? I feel like the baby could still been alive. We don't know. But now we have to use that lentusan. Because you can tell with labantu laba, it's yes, somebody else might come and say, when such things happen, you just do not think. No, you need to think it. You need to be a person who's able to think on their feet. And when you'll apply, when you'll write your CVs, you'll write things lab. Only to find out you don't even have one skill lab that you've written. Don't. I feel like the owner of the crèche needs to go to jail. How did she hire that person? We need to see the qualifications of that person who's a daycare teacher. And then the principal must tell us how did she get or he get to hire this person without qualification or with the qualifications that person has. If it is good, this person qualifications, it did state good, and that person is capable of looking after kids and everything, because that's what we normally do, then that person will be taken to the side, not out, the principal to the side. Now we deal with the person who's responsible. Who gave that baby ibis? You know? Who gave that baby ibis and neglected that baby and focused on the white baby lentuzan? And then someone else might say, the white baby maybe was crying, and the one that was in the cot, the dark-skinned baby, was not crying. Okay, fine. But why didn't you stand there and watch ingane inqele ibis, and then to avoid such things? Why? Let's carry on here. Then the teachers, apparently they said they were isolated from everyone. Then the trauma people said the information. Trauma people said, that's when she spoke about the missing footage. And then even lo muntu lo where from, I'm sure that person works for the school, or they are also white, or something, they are connected to them and stuff like that. Why would you say stay away from this drama? This is a drama. That person also needs to lose their license if they are a professional trauma person or therapist. They need to lose their license. You need to know how to speak to people, especially with specific jobs. You need to know how to do that. Especially if you're a therapist, you definitely need to know how to think, know how to speak, and be mindful of what you're saying. That person just needs to lose their job. Period. Piece of shit. And abantu bashaya kunje. Abantu bashaya kunje. So my take with this whole thing, guys,
my sister just lost a 4-month-old baby. We want answers. We want answers for the Crèche, but we're not getting any. Because we want answers. If anyone knows what we can do, please, we need help. Because clearly they connected. We've been here since Motere. But We've received nothing. We want answers, guys. My sister cannot lose a child. Like, it's normal. The time has figured like the teacher that was supposed.
Sorry about that. My phone fell. I bought a stand for your phone, so Sophia namhlanje, so no more that. So my apologies for that. So what I decided to do, as I said, this is classified as homicide of negligence. I did manage to go on the internet to find out what does section 304A says, or do they stipulate? They say that causing death by negligence, this is definitely negligence of a bitch. Whoever causes the death of any person by doing any rash or negligent act not amounting to culpable homicide shall be punished with imprisonment. Lock that whole up. And ile Crèche bekufaka kube yiCrèche lapha kaMporo. I-end up njengesonto likaMporo. Nalaba abenze so, you understand? Nemizi yabo end up no, why befihla crime? Why beshintsha footage? Why? Snin belung. Two shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 2 years, or with a fine, or with both. Lena angeke sakwazi ukuthi be 2 years because le isi multi crime. Angeke sakwazi ukuthi be 2 years. Fact check ama qualifications alabantu, check ukuthi bangene kanjani. Kuphinde kube ile ndaba ukuthi khona missing footage, le missing footage futhi on top of that ba hide evidence. Futhi abafuna ukukhuluma iqiniso ukuthi kwenzakaleni. Ba conceal evidence. Bafihla. Fabe boshe lama page. Phela lo sisi must get a lawyer. Angithi nami mangikwazi mina ukuthola lento lela social media ku internet. How a lawyer, excuse me, imagine what your lawyer will do for you. Naphela yiki into engiyenzile. Imagine what your lawyer, get a lawyer. If it means you must go and get that footage. First things first. Get that footage. And there's a show that hamba nomuntu wesilisa lapha. About 4 or more. Yes. Hayi abakind futhi. If kanjani nithola taxi driver, bachasele lenkinga if ngalabo abantu basilisa emakeni. Thola taxi driver. Hambe naba. Befika ama taxi aba 4, nibabhadale. Unfortunately. But bona mabefika lapha, bafika ba representa ngathi abantu bakuphi bakini. And mabengena lapha, bangena esikoleni. Nemvubu. Unfortunately security sizobavalela ngaphandle, but ngaqani keeping imvubu. Ningena nabo ngaphakathi. Nifuna le footage andlali. Ani dlali. Futhi while nisenza yonke lento, nikhiphe camera ni videoize because se avoid in ama lies. Ni videoize mansaya khona ningena nikhuluma nabo everything. To avoid ukuthini kazi kuthiwa nifike naba attack ngazange niba attack. Understand? Nithola le footage nithola ummeli. Then you take it from there. If you kumphakathi wenu uhlaniphile njalo umphakathi lapha kaMporo, then yeah. But nje thola ummeli. I'm very sorry nje for what happened. This is not y'all's fault. Because ngiyazi khona abantu abazobe fucked up abazothi why nani hambisa ingane kuphi kuphi. No. Some of us, just because mhlambe siye ekoleni lokishini, we want our kids nathi ukuthi zifunde ekoleni zabelungu. We want our kids to have better lives than the lives that we had. So don't deprive us from that. I know there are white people who have this thing, yokuthi the only white people here. Because manje sesigcwele nathi everywhere you go njengo-MTN. You'll find us everywhere. Thina abantu abamnyama. So yonke indawo manje, there's no place to run to. So please, if uvule isikolo, uvule isibhedlela, make sure you hire the right people. Kube khona CCTV everywhere you go. You know? Don't just hire someone just because ufumnika umsebenzi. Unfortunately, yes, the rate of unemployment is very high, but guys, we need to be realistic, especially when it comes to such things. We need to be realistic. Because lento yakho uzofaka umzali wakho because akanayo umsebenzi, instead of ufaka umuntu who has love and passion and who even studied yonke lento le, is wrong. Because all of this would have been avoided, I'm sure. Please check out this last video of the footage of that fucked up crash. Check it out.
We want answers, guys. My sister cannot lose a child. Like, it's normal. The must figure like the teacher that was supposed to be looking after them.
My apologies, guys. Yo, Betlam. Then the mat DEAT. So, yeah. Should it got that this is a normal Golwin, because I even know this other lady, Umzala naye, something happened to school in Singane. They didn't even bother to call her. They just saw with ingane isiqhuka. Hayibo. Kanjani? Uyangena esikoleni ulu. Yabo sigena kanjani ke no phanga ekolweni? Do you see? Kuthi uphanga ungena kanjani? Siyacela.